Hey everyone, Dennis here. I'm a retired NYPD detective and a gun hunting enthusiast.
Hey guys, it's Bill, Gas and Freedom Outdoors, and U.S. Air Force retired vet, active shooter, love shooting sports, hunting. And today we have a very special guest, and I'm super proud to announce my daughter Jennifer. She's going to talk about her experiences with concealed carry, her hunting, her first deer, and a lot of other stuff. So here you go. Welcome, Jennifer.
Hi, I'm Jennifer. Um, I forgot what I was going to say.
Well, just tell 'em a little bit about your
I'm a
background.
massage therapist. I've been one for 15 years, and I've had my concealed carry for about 7 years now. I go to the range maybe about once or twice a month. Um, I'm a mom. I have two teenage boys who have also been shooting since they were able to walk. We love to shoot in our house, to go to the range, and I love to hunt. Nobody else in my house hunts as of right now. What else am I supposed to say?
Okay, so talk about hunting. Your hunting experience.
Oh, so I joined this group called Gator Gobblers up in Alachua County, and they are the only place that I found that does a women's hunt, a women and kids hunt. And when I wanted to get into hunting, I didn't want to try to go out by myself because, I didn't know what I was doing and I didn't want to make a mistake. And so I joined this group and I got selected for the first hunt, which was a turkey hunt. And a guide takes you out in the properties that they have access to. And we had a lot of fun. I didn't get a turkey, but I learned a lot about hunting. And then my second hunt was a deer hunt, and it was the first time I'd ever done a deer hunt. And my guide took me out, and we were in a blind. We didn't do a tree stand. And we sat there for a while waiting and waiting. And she put out doe pee, which I learned all about, like the use of doe pee when you're trying to get a buck. I knew nothing about
The
it.
urine scent.
Yeah, knew nothing about it. I was like, why are you messing with urine? And so we were sitting there waiting, and a buck came walking up, and she was doing a rutting call. And so it was looking around, trying to find the doe, and he came around the bush. And so I was in position, and she just said fire. And so I just shot. And I shot him right in the heart. I missed the lungs. And it was cool. We ended up having to track him though. He made it probably about 50 yards before he
That's
fell
not
over.
bad.
And so, but it was cool because I learned about tracking. I didn't know how to track anything. And so we were looking at the blood spill and the, deer prints and all of that. And I remember when we were tracking him, I saw this tree out like about 50 yards out, and it was covered in red, like just bright red. But I didn't know that that was, signified that's where my deer was because I had just learned how to track. And
Yeah.
so it tracked us right to that tree. And I'm guessing he like fell up against the tree and then fell over dead on the ground. But it was the first time I'd kill one. I was very proud of myself.
Congratulations.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
that's an awesome day.
Yeah.
So talk about you know when you shot the animal, you tracked it and found it.
Mhm.
How'd you get it back?
We dragged it.
You dragged it back.
Yeah, took him by the antlers, and we dragged him back out to the car, and then we got him up into the truck bed, and we took him back to the campsite, and they had hooks that we could hang the deer from, and they taught me how to harvest it, how to skin it, and how to harvest the meat. That was a unique experience.
Awesome.
You learn how to process and
Yeah.
quarter the deer.
It was very interesting. I never harvested anything in my life, so harvesting a deer, it was, and it's their skin is so, like, you have to be really careful when you're pulling the skin and slicing to get the skin off.
Yeah, I mean, there's a few tricks. I mean, I've been hunting since the age of 15. So once you got up on a deer rack, you kind of make your incisions along the back legs. And then depending on the weather, you can actually grab the tail and just pull it off all the way down to its head. And if you get him to the taxidermist, you make your cuts and, you keep it.
I
A lot of little tricks. I mean, tracking a wounded animal, I kind of relate that back to law enforcement.
Yeah.
You know, you look for the signs, the footprints, blood splatter. If I say it wrong, I know I'll get crucified from some people. You know, and then like you said, with the blood on the tree, usually when you see a puddle or a pooling, that's where they stop to rest or bed it down.
Yes.
And then if you don't wait, you can spook them and you'll find, you know, pooling of blood.
Oh, that was the other thing. So we waited 30 minutes before we
Yep.
went to track him to give him time to hit his final resting spot.
So you basically follow the blood trail and then you came, and then 50 yards,
So-
he was there.
Yeah. So at
Yeah.
first, I didn't think I got him because I shot and he bucked, which I'd never shot a deer before. So I didn't know that that was a sign that I had hit him.
That is the sign you look for, whether you're bow hunting, rifle,
Mhm.
any type, is a hunch or a buck.
Oh, he bucked.
That-
I mean, he kicked high, and I thought he jumped over the bullet or something. I don't know. It was really stupid to think that, but I really did. And my guy was like, "Oh no, you hit him," and I was like, "Oh, I don't think so." And so when we waited 30 minutes, we started tracking him. I didn't see any blood, none at first. So I was like, so we saw the hoof prints in the ground. So we started following those, and there was like a little drop of blood. And I was like, maybe I nicked him a little bit further, and there was more blood. And then as we went, there was more blood, like because I only hit his heart. So when I shot him, it went through his heart, ricocheted, and broke his kneecap.
Okay. I mean, it all depends on the angle you shot, if it's high or low. Because
Which I was in a blind, so I was sitting on the ground.
yeah, so you're gonna have that downward on the bullet. So, but if you hit the bone, it could exit high. So a lot of times you only get drops. So that's
what
why,
happened, yeah.
you know, but it's an experience, especially to harvest your first animal. And we wanted Jennifer to talk about hunting because, you know, she's using a rifle when she hunts. So it's a woman with a firearm. Just give everybody a little background on she's not only a CCW holder, she's also a hunter.
Mhm.
So it's giving everybody background on Jennifer, you know, that she's familiar with firearms. You know, congratulations on your first deer.
Thank you.
You know, hopefully when we get out to Texas, should be a lot more.
I'm ready.
Let's talk about your firearm
Okay.
and what did you do? What was the process for you to get your license in the state of Florida?
So in the state of Florida, you have to take a gun safety course first. And so you go, you take the class. It's not like days, it's only like 4 hours, I think.
Okay.
It's not super long. You have to fire around to show that, you know, everything that you've learned that you can process, you know, on what to do. And then I just went down to the government office, DMV, and, you know, I did my fingerprints. They take your fingerprint, your picture, and I believe there was an application. It's been 7 years, so I don't remember if there was I think I had to fill out an application there
There's an
too.
application, yeah.
And I turned it all in and I paid my fee and then I got my license in the mail. And so it was a good process.
Yeah, I think it's usually it was a 2-day course, like 4 hours a day. You answer a few questions on a written test. Now what they do is they use a 22 with blanks and you
Yep.
shoot into
A box.
a box.
That's a try.
Yep.
And the whole purpose for that is to see if you understand and how to safely handle a firearm.
Yep.
Back in the day, they took you to a range and you had to fire rounds from a gun. So it's changed, but now in the state of Florida, as of July 1st,
I think
I
so.
believe it was July 1st.
July 1st of 2023, Florida is now considered a constitutional carry. Now, all that means is you don't have to take a CCW class. You still have to go to your government center. You still have to apply. You still have to get fingerprinted. Background check needs to be done. So the only thing that is different is you don't have to be certified from a class, from an instructional firearm safety class. That is the only difference. The entire process is the same.
Well, that, the 3-day waiting period for the.
If you don't have your concealed
So if
carry.
you don't have your concealed carry license,
Yeah, but you still have to go to,
well, the difference between the concealed carry holder and the non-concealed carry holder is what you just mentioned, but also with the concealed carry holder, when you go purchase a handgun
you can receive the firearm
or
immediately.
a
Immediately.
rifle, you receive the firearm immediately, whereby if you do not have it, then you have to wait whatever that waiting period is for that specific county.
Yes.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, to follow up on what Dennis and Jennifer talked about, you know, even though you take that concealed carry class to get your concealed carry, that doesn't limit you to just that. If you want to hire the instructor to take you to the range and, you know, spend some time so you can sharpen your skill, so you can get more training, it's always available. So keep that in mind if you're considering getting your concealed carry license.
Well, and another thing too, a lot of ranges offer, if you're not sure on what caliber gun that you want to carry, if you go into the range, a lot of times you can ask them to try different firearms, and they'll let you, shoot like a 9mm, 38, you know, and to figure out which is going to be best for you.
Yeah. And my video, I did a video on how to select the right gun for you.
Mhm.
You know, I talked about your hand fitting the gun
Yeah.
and what you're comfortable with. I mean, we have an array of, these are 9mm and 38s, you know, different size compact firearms. I talked about how your webbing of your hand should fit into that gun,
Oh yeah.
you know, and making an extension of your arm. How'd you go about in the process of selecting your firearm?
So I started with a 9mm, but I had that issue when I put the butt of the gun here. I would have to turn my hand to reach the trigger. And
Okay.
so that affects your shooting,
Yes.
you know, the accuracy of hitting where you're going to hit on the target. And so I chose the Bersa 380 because, one, I like Bersa.
Not to cut you off, just so everybody realizes, if you can't see perfectly, all these guns are safe. The slides are back. No magazines installed. Revolvers are all empty. I just wanted to point that out, that because I stress it in all my gun videos, safety is paramount.
Absolutely. So I like Bersa. They're a phenomenal company. I like their guns. I'll be honest with you. Part of the reason why I chose this one is because it's pretty. It's teal. I mean, you know.
All right, it's not pink. All right. Sorry, ladies.
Well, one of the things about the Bersa gun is they sell it in a 380 and a 9mm, and it comes in different colors, which is nice if you're into stylish handguns. But the point is that the nice thing about the Bersa, it's extremely lightweight.
Yeah, it's very
And
lightweight.
it is dead accurate and right out of the box.
Oh yeah.
And it's not a super expensive gun.
It's not, no.
And you know,
That model has a safety on it as
It
well.
does, yeah.
Safety, yeah.
It has a safety on it. I chose the reason why I like this one is because it fits my hand perfectly.
That's the key right there, fitting your hand. You know, when you purchase a handgun, you want to go down to the gun store and actually put that gun in your hand. And the minute you grip it,
Yep.
you'll know.
Oh yeah.
You'll know. And as soon as you feel it, you'll know that's the one. And then, you know, a lot of gun stores, at least some of the larger stores, will let you rent the gun and fire it to see if you like it. There's an option there too.
Well,
Absolutely.
gun stores that have a range.
They have a range. Yeah, thank you.
Like Bill Jackson's. I know for a fact Bill Jackson's off of US 19 does it.
Yeah, I mean, we have quite a few here that have it. You know, I mean, a lot of them are down in Tampa, but
Team Brittany said, just say no to pink.
Team
I
Brittany,
agree.
I
I'm not a
can't
picky
find you
girl.
to add you. So, I mean, you know, the big thing, we wanted to bring you on for one, you know, Bill's daughter, but you have your license,
I do.
you know, and I know going down and when you guys are bowling,
Oh, yeah.
that you're always carrying.
I'll always carry. So I have a concealed carry purse. It's right here. So my favorite brand of concealed carry is Gun Totin' Mamas. It's from what I remember reading their profile, it's a mom who conceals carries. And
Okay.
so she wanted something stylish to carry her guns in. And so they developed their own line. And I like it because in the back, you can't really see it, but in the back, there's a holster.
Well, we know the firearm is safe. You want to slide it forward and
Holster.
just, oh, so it's got a Velcro, okay.
It's got a Velcro holster. stick it in the holster. Now, the thing I like about this purse is that you can access it from 3 points. So you can do it from the top and then both sides zip.
So, okay, so basically if you're
That's awesome.
carrying
So no
it,
matter where I need to reach it from in my purse, I can access it.
That's awesome.
and the other thing with those two openings there, doesn't matter if you're left-handed or right-handed.
Exactly. Which I think is the reason why when they made this purse, that's how they did it, was
Okay.
so you can access it from both sides.
That's fantastic.
And so you literally just, you put your firearm in the holster and you just stick it in here and it Velcros. Well, actually, let me stick it in from the top. And so you just stick it in and it Velcros right in and then it closes and you're good to go.
So you can turn it if you want to
Yep.
come out from the side or up.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. So I usually have it, I mean, I'm just messing with it now, but I usually have it where it's pointed, the butt of the gun is on the right side,
Okay.
but kind of tilted up a little bit so I can go in from the top or from the side,
Okay.
depending on, you know, what I would need to do. I've only ever had to pull my gun one time. And so
You want to talk about that?
I was at a this is a
Here we
big
go.
reason why I'm super happy why I have my concealed carry, and I think that all women should carry.
Hey, Jen, T. Brittany is asking if what you think of the Hidden Heat belly band.
So I've not tried it. I want to though. I have a friend that I hunt with that does carry it, and she loves it.
So this is similar to what you're talking about, Brittany. This thing here is a belly band. I didn't mean to cut you off,
No, you're fine.
but I dug this out. This thing is back from the 90s from when I worked in NYPD. So I used to carry this over my vest, and it was a Smith&Wesson compact size back at that time. And it just sits in here. You got a Velcro strap that secures the firearm. I never used it, but it is very comfortable.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I would carry my full size 9mm, and then I would always carry my compact backup.
And you know what's funny? Those are really comfortable. I have one too, except mine has a little pocket right on the outside of it, and on the other side you can turn it around because it's sort of ambidextrous, and you can use it inside or outside. And the nice thing about it, it wraps around you. It's very comfortable when you put a shirt over. You can't see anything, and you would think, well, crap, I got to lift my shirt up, try to get it's that quick, and they're cheap. I mean, you can buy them for $30.
Yeah, then I mean they're not expensive. You know, this one has a few different pockets, so if you want to carry extra magazines or throw your wallet, cell phone in it,
Yep.
plus your firearm. You know, I mean, this is great if was it leggings? I'm not using the right term.
So I'm gonna be honest with you. I have concealed carry leggings. So they make concealed carry leggings for
She's got
women.
concealed carry everything.
Yeah, I do. It literally in the built into the waistband there is on either side.
Like the ones with the cell phone pockets, but
Yes,
for a firearm.
but they've got straps over them, and they make two in the front, two in the back, so you can carry in the back or the front. And so if I'm really gonna like be out doing something active, then that's what I do in order to carry. Because obviously I'm not gonna take my purse if I'm being active. So
True.
you know,
All right. I know we were talking about cutting each other off. I love it. Talking about the incident where you had to draw your firearm.
yeah. So I was at a Circle K. It was like I don't know, 10 o'clock at night, and I'm very observant of people around me. It's just ingrained in who I am. So I got out of my car and I locked it, which I don't usually do if I'm running into the store, which I know is not good. But something told me to lock my car, so I did. And I saw these two guys standing out front, and they just looked really shady. And so I was super cautious, and I went in, got what I needed, and I was coming back out to my car, and I only saw one of the guys. So then I was like, well, crap, you know, where the hell is this other guy? So like just went to my door. I only unlocked the driver's side door, and to this day, I'm so thankful that I did. So I get the driver's side door open, and the guy like appeared between my door and my car, trying to he's like, oh, can I get a ride to Wing House? And I was like, I can fucking see Wing House right there. Walk. I'm not giving you a ride. And he just kept pushing and pushing. Well, then out of the corner of my eye, I saw the other guy trying to open my passenger door. And so I was like, okay, they're not going to leave me alone. I was like, I need you guys to go, please. And he just kept pushing and he wouldn't let me like get into the car to close my door. And so I had to pull my firearm at that point because I felt like um I felt like I was in trouble if I didn't. And so the second all I did was pull it out of my purse. The second they saw it, they took off.
See? That brings me to a few points. Is a perfect example why you should be prepared. You know, we talk about it. A lot of yous are in the true crime family. You know, we're always talking about being prepared. Watch your surroundings, watch your six. This is a perfect example. It's the spidey senses, you know, me being retired law enforcement, that gut feeling, that's a true thing.
Oh,
You
absolutely.
know when something is not right or something is out of place. Like for me, I got a job in 1993. I still walk into a restaurant. I have to sit with my back against the wall
Yep.
and I have to see everything around me. When I go with my kids, they just stand at the table waiting for me to get into my seat. It's just one of those things that's embedded into my brain. You know, whether it's watching everybody in the restaurant and protecting my family, you know, probably all retired law enforcement do it. I'm sure
Well,
you military guys.
especially in today's environment. I mean, the military, that's your job. Your
Yeah.
job is to monitor your surroundings 24/7, even when you sleep.
Yeah,
So the bottom line is, if you want to not get into any circumstance, you can monitor your surroundings and prohibit that. If you see someone coming toward you, you walk the other direction.
Absolutely.
But at the end of the day, having a concealed carry firearm is a good thing. Whether you need it, hopefully not. But if you don't, and if you don't and you have it, that's great. But if you do and you don't,
I
I
mean,
wish you did.
the situation could have been,
Much worse.
yeah, you
I mean,
know,
why did you consider to get your concealed carry? I mean, I'm interested to know.
Well,
Troop is saying hello.
I know, I love her. Um, probably about 7 to 10 years ago, right before I decided to get it, I started to sell for this company called Damsel in Defense,
I've
and
heard of them.
they sell women's self defense items,
Okay.
not guns, but like pepper
Pepper
spray and
spray.
stuff like that. And then I started like reading the statistics on the amount of women that are robbed, mugged, carjacked, like home invasions.
I'm going to cut you off for a second. So every 13 seconds, a crime is committed in the United States. Now, 3%, only 3% of women are attacked that are armed versus 32% unarmed.
Yep.
So when you talk about stats, you know, I do my research when we have to. Otherwise, you know, I don't want to do a script thing. I just want bloopers or cursing, whatever it is. But when it comes to serious situations and facts,
Yeah.
you know, that's when it comes to be important. But those numbers are insane.
They are.
3% of armed women avoid attack.
Yep.
And you know, and you're part of that stat.
Mhm.
I think that every woman should be a part of that.
It
Absolutely.
is, but you know, you gotta respect and understand why there's a lot of people that don't, men
I
as
do.
well, that do not like firearms.
And I totally understand that. But there are other options if you don't like firearms. Pepper spray,
Pepper spray, and this is a federal proven fact, only works on 1% of the population. I,
yeah, but I mean, if I spray something in your eyes, let's say it doesn't affect you like it's supposed to, it's going to give me enough time to run away from you.
yeah, but I mean, I had an incident where we had an emotionally disturbed person, and there was 6 cops, and we emptied 6 canisters.
Especially if they're all drugged out.
Yeah,
well,
I
that's
mean,
That's a whole other situation.
you know, your situation, he put himself between you and the interior of your car while the other guy is trying to get in.
Yeah.
If he would have got in, this is from my expertise, I guess, my assumption, If he would have got in, the other guy had to just push you in.
Yep.
And now you're between both of them.
And I'm kidnapped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, the worst case scenario is that you had to discharge a firearm, but in a situation, the police investigation, you know, you're surrounded by two men.
Yeah.
And we cannot forget that most men are larger and stronger than a female. And I'm
Absolutely.
trying to be fair with saying this. There's some women that kick ass, plain
Oh,
and simple.
absolutely. Yeah.
But
But the average woman
the average,
is
the
not going to
majority.
overtake a man.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've seen some women whoop some ass.
So have I. I mean, I've worked with some
I
women
feel
that
like
I'm
when
scared
women
of.
get cornered, you know, we can
Yep.
can really kick some ass just out of instinct.
Well, you get
The
that
whole thing comes out.
fear, you know, fight
Fight
or
or
flight,
flight. Yeah.
you know, and
That
it's
shit's real.
the other downside of
It's a
that
matter of survival.
Yeah.
is a long-term effect if you had to discharge your firearm.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, and that's anybody that has to shoot somebody, injure or kill them, it's got to live with.
Oh, absolutely.
You know,
You took a life.
your mindset has to be prepared for that situation if it happens.
My dad's always told me never pull a gun unless you intend to use it.
It's the truth.
And it's the truth. It's
Yeah.
100% the truth. I would never pull my gun unless I was truly scared.
Yeah, and the whole subject of concealed carry means, you know, protect yourself, your family, your property against anyone that's, you know, willing to do harm. And granted, you need to make sure you understand the concealed carry law as well. And in episodes coming on our channel, we're going to discuss that. We're working with a fella now down in South Florida who wrote the book on concealed carry laws of Florida. We'll be sharing that with you down the road, but just keep that in mind. You know, once you do get your concealed carry, understand where you can carry, when you can carry, and how you can carry. Very important. So keep that in mind.
Knowing your state laws.
Yeah.
And also knowing other state laws.
I was just going to say that.
You go from one place to another. Like when Dennis and I took the trip out to Texas, we checked each state and determined what their laws were and complied with each and every one of them. It's important. You never know. You want to stay compliant.
So going on that, there's 2.5 million licensed concealed carry people in the state of Florida. 22% of them, 1/3, are women.
Mhm.
Now, back in 2007, 2008, nationwide, 13% of women were licensed. Let's jump to 21, 22. It's 22% of the women. So there's been, in 12 years, almost 15 years, double amount of licensed firearm carried by women. I said that backwards, but
No, that's right. You're right.
I think that women are just realizing that, you know, well, and I mean, especially women that are moms, you know, like we want to protect our kids, you know, and that was my whole thing when I was younger, when I had my boys when they were younger. So 17 years ago, that was a big reason. The reason why I got my concealed carry was because I've been out and I had this guy following us through the mall with my kids, and I literally left the stroller and just jumped in the car with Lucas and took off.
so I mean, it's to protect yourself and your family.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and to expand on this conversation regarding concealed carry, do you know, I just looked at some research and the states that have concealed carry versus states that have strict gun control, uh, just in the last 2 years, violent crimes have increased by over 11%.
Yeah.
That is huge.
It is huge.
That's why it's important, you know, to have, you never know. I mean, these days, you know, with some of the district attorneys out there that are very lenient on crime, I don't understand why, but it seems like we have repeat offenders, and then the last resort is we have to use our firearms to control it. So,
Well, on top of that, here's another stat for you. 41% of active shooters were ended by a licensed firearms holder.
and I don't even think,
41%.
I don't even think we looked at how many were averted without firing a shot. And I know the number's huge.
I mean, that's a federal stat. That's off, you know, their stats page.
Yeah.
Well, I look at it like this, right? If I go somewhere and I'm carrying my gun, I feel like I'm not just protecting my family, but I'm protecting everybody that's around me in the event that something was to happen.
But you probably won't be the other one. If you're in a mall, especially in Florida,
Absolutely.
you know, if mass shooter attempt, like, there's probably going to be 3, 4, 5 people with firearms.
So I'll tell you this. So last school year at my son's school, I'm not going to say the school, but
No.
they had a gun scare, right? So there supposedly was an active shooter that was called in. And so my kids were calling and they were like scared because
Oh, I
like,
remember
there's
that
there's a kid with a gun in the school, and the school was on lockdown, and like there were tons of cops and everything surrounding the school. And so when I got there, of course I'm carrying my gun because I always carry my gun. There was literally a group of parents at the front with their firearms ready to go into school the second that they heard fire shots.
I think Kyle's, when he was in school a few years ago, they had a bomb scare. They didn't know the situation. I'm 3 minutes away. I grabbed my vest, I grabbed my AR, my tactical vest, all ready to go. You know, I mean, I know all the local police here,
Yeah.
but it's, you know, it's still, I mean, I knew the school safety officer as well.
As
But
a
it's
parent,
just,
your instinct is
yeah,
to protect your child no matter where they are.
yeah. I mean, I know we're getting off track here, but,
We are.
you know, just keeping it real and just talking, you know, it's, let me look at here what we got. So we talked about your firearm, why you carry, talked a little bit about your hunting.
Mhm.
Um, Trying to think what else we got going on here. You have an upcoming
One
hunt.
question here.
Oh, all right. We got in chat. I know I
Is
keep
that
looking.
Princess Michelle?
Princess Mac.
Living in Arizona, my husband carries, but I don't. No, that's perfectly fine. I mean, I carry, my wife doesn't. So, although she's getting ready to get her carry license, but, um, hey, one in the family carries, that's all you need.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, on that note, my son just turned 23. My daughter's 22. They're both licensed. They both carry Glocks. You know, it's situational awareness, being prepared.
Yep.
You know, not taking that chance of being a victim. Like I said, I respect everybody's opinion. If you don't like guns, you don't want to carry, I understand it.
Absolutely.
When it comes down to is don't be a victim. You know, it's about self-defense, whether you take self-defense courses, firearm safety training, you know, it's about protecting yourself and your family and others. You know, it's
Hey,
like
Joey, welcome aboard, buddy. Thanks for watching.
30 years. August was my 30-year anniversary from NYPD. So that's how long I've been carrying a weapon, a handgun, I should say, because I've been hunting since the age of 15. But it's always
So
it's burnt in my brain.
yeah.
You know, it's like putting on my socks, my shoes to go out the door. It's the same thing with my firearm. It's just, it's nature. Everything when it comes to it is second nature. I can do
Absolutely.
everything with my eyes closed.
Yeah.
And
I don't,
safety's huge. I mean, safety
is.
is a big deal. You know, remember one thing, everyone, when you decide to carry a firearm or just to shoot a firearm in general, you are taking on a huge responsibility.
Absolutely.
It's a responsibility that you solely alone have. So it's important to remember, you know, when you do have a firearm, you're doing everything you can to store it safely, to shoot it safely, to holster it safely, to protect the people around you. Just remember that, please.
Absolutely.
Um, just want to say hello, Joey, Allison. Who else we got? Princess Mac, Team Brittany,
Heidi Cakes.
Heidi Cakes is here. Did I just say Allison? Allison, you got. I know you said you had some questions. Think I seen Beamer in the house. It's not too busy, so we can say hello to everybody. Thank you for joining.
Thank you very much.
And even if you don't like carrying a gun, I mean, carrying mace or stun guns, anything that you can protect yourself with so that you can get away from the situation is so important. I mean, I know there are women that don't like to carry firearms. I know some that don't want anything to do with a gun. But I think stun guns are, a good choice, and they make ones now where they're really long, so you don't actually have to be right next to the person.
Oh,
Now, there's a lot of options out there if you don't,
Same.
you don't feel
Team
comfortable carrying a
Brittany,
firearm.
that's bad. Hope the wife is doing good, Joey. All right. So I wrote down a few compact, lightweight firearms to give you an idea. We have one of them here that I'm going to mention. So Sig Sauer P365 is a 9mm. It's very compact, lightweight. This is a larger version of it. Jeez. This is the 365X macro.
That's what you get for putting that blooper on me yesterday.
Oh, that's all right. I don't like anything script. Keep it real. So we have the Sig Sauer. You have the Sky, SCCY. We call it Sky.
Sky 9.
Yep, I believe they make a 380 now.
They do.
This is your Sky. It's actually manufactured in Miami.
Daytona.
Daytona, is it?
Daytona Beach. Yep.
It is tiny.
Mm-hmm.
This gun,
Great firearm.
you can carry it in your pocket. Well, I mean, they were $180. I think now because of the prices of everything,
Well,
they're,
you're still under 300.
well, I mean, yeah.
That's pages by Bersa.
It's a 9mm.
It's a double stack too.
Yep. This is a gun you could put in your pocket.
It's the shooter right out of the box.
Yeah, I mean, it's a very accurate gun.
And by the way, on that particular firearm, they have a unlimited lifetime warranty. Doesn't matter what happens to the gun, they'll replace it free or fix it free.
You could throw it off a building and say it fell, and they'll replace it.
No, real quick, when I had my gun shop, I had a guy wanting to buy a gun, and I was trying to sell him a Sky, and he was saying, "That thing's a piece of crap." And what do you say? It's a great gun. Well, mine, I dropped it in the ocean, and
I remember
and
that.
I finally found it a couple weeks later, and they wouldn't repair it. I said, "Bring that to me." So he brings it in. This thing's all covered in barnacles. I put that in the box and shipped it back to Sky. The next day, they called him and asked him which model he wanted, the 1 or the 2, and they got him a brand new gun. So tell me that's not a good manufacturer.
Yeah.
How the hell do you drop it in the ocean?
It was fishing or whatever he was doing.
Showing off his girlfriend.
Yeah, there's a lot of stories with the Sky.
Yeah.
Oh my Lord, have
Yeah.
Went over with cars.
Yeah,
Fell out the window. I don't know.
the Sky's a good gun. I mean, I've had that. I got it from you in the gun shop
Yeah, I still have it.
9 years ago.
Yeah.
That's my pocket gun.
Mhm.
That goes in a pocket if I gotta run ropes to the mailbox. Like I said, my gun is always with me.
Mine too. I answered my door with my gun in my hand. If I don't know the person at the door and I have to answer it and nobody else is home, then I have my gun in my pocket.
I'll say this. There is not a place in my house where there's not a gun in reach.
Yes, same.
That's all I'll say.
Same.
There's one in reach everywhere.
No comment. So does anyone have any questions they'd like to get answered, or anything else we can talk about?
I just want to go over the guns. So if anybody's got questions, just type them in.
Type 'em
We'll
in.
answer them. I'm going to go over some of the guns. You got Walter PPS M2, which is a 9mm. That's tiny. I mean, that's like the Walter. You probably put it in like a horse drop or something.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, a Glock 26 Gen 5.
Well, and for women, they make things like concealed carry bras.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like they make ridiculous amount of clothing. Like they make under these like tank tops that go underneath your shirt that have built-in concealed carries.
I got this one.
Oh,
No safe is good. Think about this. I shouldn't say that, but if you have young kids or people always in your house, then I recommend a safe. I'll probably get slack for this, but I want you to think of this. If someone breaks into your house and you have to run to your safe, punch in a code, or find your key while you got people breaking into your house, it doesn't work out good.
Well, so we have a Winchester, and we keep our ARs and our shotguns and well, actually, it's not true. We have 2 shotguns that we keep out in our bedroom, but like our rifles and our ARs and AKs, we keep those in the gun safe. Our handguns are not locked up; they're with us at all times, and we keep 2 shotguns out. One is upstairs, one is downstairs.
You know what's in my safe?
Nothing. The ammo.
My ammo. Ammo and extra magazines.
We have that in our safe too.
My safe is actually my closet. Okay, so I have a closet that I have a padlock on, and that is my safe.
Got a couple of questions to this.
Lexi's in the house. All right.
Joey's asking about what's a
Good safe.
good safe?
That's why I went in about the safe.
I like my Winchester safe.
Yeah,
honestly.
I mean, if you have one handgun, there are safes, compact safes, where you can put your fingerprints or handprint in, and the door pops open. Can you get around?
Yeah. Okay.
They've got all kinds.
I mean, any fire safe, it all depends what if you want to keep the gun available to get to, then it's kind of hard to say to use a safe. If you got little kids, I know you got your granddaughter running around, the top shelf,
Yep.
don't keep around in a chamber. All right, let me put it. My guns are fully loaded. There is a round in a chamber. And that is because I've constantly trained, I have the experience. If you're a new gun owner, I highly recommend not to keep a round in the chamber. My son has his Glock with him in his room. His gun is loaded, but there's not a round in the chamber. And that's just because he does not have the experience or the training. You have to think of your training and experience with a firearm. So, Joey, I can't answer that with the safes fully because I just don't use them. It's myself, my 23-year-old son, my daughter's moving back with my grandson, but they're adults. I don't have to worry about that. Plus, they have their own guns, but if somebody breaks in, they know they can get to mine. That's why I don't use it. I mean, my rifles, they're in hard cases or they're in bags. They're not loaded, but you can get to them if you need be.
Absolutely. Gun magnets.
I've never used the gun magnets. I've been thinking about using them. So I'm left-handed. So when I drive, it's going to get loud. So I'm being left-handed when I drive. If somebody would come up to my car, I've practiced and trained drawing from this side, but sometimes I'll keep it's a little DeSantis sleeve. It's kind of in the pants. I'll stick this in my door handle. I'll take it out of my holster and I'll leave it in my door handle. And it will just sit like this. So if anybody comes up,
Withdraw.
or I can go right-handed and draw. Me, it comes about tactics. And if you're a new gun owner, experienced gun owner, it's all about tactics and firearm safety. Like the video I did, selecting the right handgun, having it fit in your hand. Once you buy and select that right firearm, you need to stand in front of a mirror, whatever holster you're going to use, empty, and practice removing that gun. Whether it's the pocketbook, in the pants holster, there's another in the pants holster. This one's great. It fits in. You can shift it anywhere you want in your waist. And then, I'm still healing from neck surgery, so I don't wear the in the pants holster. I wear a pancake holster. You know, this sits on my belt on my side. You know, but it's repetition. It's second nature. I can do this with my eyes closed, load it, unload it. It's repetition, practice, practice, practice until you can do everything without hesitation.
You know, there's one more holster to talk about. I think, you remember stickies?
You like
I
stickies.
love sticky holsters.
I
You
don't
gotta
like
check 'em out.
sticky holsters.
Well,
Now, the nice thing about stickies is there's not, it's just a holster. There's no clips or nothing on it.
it's just like the holster that gun
It's just
in the
like the
pocket.
holster that's in Jen's, carry purse. It's very pliable. You can stick it in your pocket. If you draw from your pocket, it stays in your pocket. You can wear it on the inside band. It's very comfortable. You can wear it. Check them out. It's sticky holsters. You can look them up online. They're very inexpensive. They're like $28, something like that. And they're nice if you need to run to the store or you know something quick. It's a good alternate holster. So check it out. It's very comfortable. I swear by them. I love them. I sold thousands of them in my shop, and I've been a fan ever since.
Um, Francis, I don't know what gun we're talking about here. I know the ones that I showed you. This is a Sig Sauer P365. This is actually a law enforcement model. It's got extended magazine. The little guy here is a Sky SCCY. It's made in Daytona, Florida. Very compact, 9mm. I won't get rid of this gun. This is my everything gun. I'll put any bullets or anything through it.
And they make it in a 380
Yeah.
also.
Yeah.
Their new models is smaller. I mean, I got big hands, but
I mean, taking it down and cleaning it is just a snap.
well, I'm going to do a
Minutes.
video since I shot the Sig.
There you go.
Those are the two guns that I showed, Princess. I guess I can link everything, the brands later on, so you can go back and see which ones we talked about. Allison, you got to ask that question about a shotgun.
I have a 20 gauge.
Okay.
That one's my favorite.
I know who said this. We all, from our experience and our opinions, I respect who said it and why they said it. I think he said it more as a joke. So if you're in bed, it was putting a shotgun under the pillow, if I remember correctly. So think of your normal hunting shotgun. I use as a 20-inch barrel, 28-inch barrel. So now
Mine's a
add
26-inch.
another 1.5 feet, so you're looking 4.5 foot gun under your pillow.
It's gonna go over under all the pillows.
I mean, if you get some hooks and you can hook it on your wall above your bed, I get it. But I don't have my 45 here. My 45 is my bed gun. So compare a shotgun to your handgun. Home defense, yeah, you kind of use you can use a buckshot, I guess, for home defense. They make tactical shotguns. So NYP Highway, one of the old tactics is when they would roll up to a scene, they would grab their shotgun. As they got out of the car, they would pump it, and that sound would like make people give up. It's a fear. Once you hear that shotgun rack or pump, you know, it's one of those sensory things that like, uh-oh.
Yep.
I prefer my handgun for home defense.
Me too.
I use Federal Ammunition HST. It's a hollow point. That's a 45. I mean, it does some damage. It's got stopping power.
Goes in little, comes out big.
The other thing with a shotgun is you're gonna have more of a kick. So if you got to shoot multiple times, you got to think if it happens in the middle of the night or whenever it happens, you got to grab the shotgun, pump it. You know, shotguns kick. I threw it on my shoulder.
That's why I went with a 20 gauge for hunting because the kick isn't as bad as a 12 gauge.
I mean, the one I had, was a 12 gauge or 3.5 inch, and I would use Super Turkey shots.
Mhm.
And in New York, I bruised behind my ear all the way down underneath my arm because I didn't have it sitting.
Yeah.
That's key. You gotta have it against your shoulder.
So okay, so when I watched this video of this girl that was shooting, she was I guess taking shots for
Scott.
hunting, and she didn't have it right, and she pulled the trigger of the shotgun, and it flew off her shoulder,
Yeah,
just right behind her.
I'm just looking at the comments. I'm trying to, yeah, a body pillow, body bag when you use the shotgun.
Yeah, I totally get you, Scott. It'll kill your shoulder, that's for sure.
Yeah, Scott's retired from the job as well.
Thank you for your service, brother.
Yeah, there's a lot of states that go into the constitutional carry. I'm just catching up on comments, guys.
Thank you, hubby.
You know, Florida went to the constitutional carry. Texas, of course, that's probably the biggest open carry, concealed carry state. You know, a lot of them are going to it. Pennsylvania, I don't remember if you got to register or not there. I know I
I'm
looked
not
it up.
sure yet, but I know,
I don't think so. My sister purchased the shotgun and the 380, and she didn't have to. She just did the waiting period, which I should be
well, that
getting them
makes-
any day.
that makes sense. But
More
you know,
guns.
but in the open carry states, you know, a lot of people were worried about, you know, oh my God, everybody's gonna be carrying open. It's gonna be like the old days, you know, with the OK Corral and all that. And when we were out in Texas, they've been open carry for quite some time. We didn't see anyone open carry.
I don't.
And
Yeah,
to be really honest with you, I mean,
I'll never open carry.
I'll
Neither
never
will
open
I.
carry. I don't want anybody to know I'm carrying a firearm.
Not just that, I'd be too scared they would
Well, it's not just
try to
that.
take it.
Well, that's a good point. But the other point is, why would you want them to know? You want to conceal it because that's the element of surprise. And when they think they have the upper hand and you put it on them, night, night.
Yeah.
Some people would say though the open carrying would be a deterrent, but I would feel like it would cause them to try to just take the gun. I mean, if it's open carry, unless you have it locked in a holster,
Exactly.
then
Hey.
they can walk up and just steal it from you and run away.
Hi, Rob. Thank you for joining.
How you doing, Rob? Smith and Wesson is a good choice.
Scott, do not get me started with New York State. Don't. That's why I've been down here 13 years.
Hey, Scott, FYI, I already emailed those bozos up there and told them what idiots they are. FYI.
My buddy that I know from middle school texts me every single day, 250. New York State Police are going to do all of this and that, the ammo background checks. I'll make you ammo.
Oh yeah, we're gonna be. That's a whole nother episode.
We got our
Whole series.
reloading station. Charge you $1.50 for a background check.
You're absolutely right, Billy. Conceal is better. A lot better.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, Joey, absolutely. I mean, if I'm walking around with my AR-15 strapped to my back, I guess, I mean, I can wear one of those Matrix coats, but I know
Some
Texas.
people are gonna think you're gonna like.
I
No, no, you
don't
gotta-
care.
you gotta wear the real long one, though.
Where's my glasses? But I mean, Texas, you're allowed to actually go to rallies and nonviolent protest with your guns. There's videos you're allowed to do that with your AR strapped to your back. I'll go there with my full tactical gear on and just stand there. Maybe I better not. It'll turn out to something like them. We won't get into that.
Good job on the concealed carry license, buddy. Rob. Great.
Congrats.
Yes.
Ooh, Arizona too. Ooh.
Oh, yeah, that
Sorry, Rob.
that governor of New Mexico is getting her butt handed to her. Thank the Lord.
We've been doing research on moving and creating a homestead, and we looked at every state. So
Oh my God,
we could do a whole nother video on that.
we've been all over the place trying to find a
Texas is the place.
Texas is it.
All right, let me get back to these guns. You watch the questions.
I got it.
Appreciate everybody for being here. I just see Cheryl join.
Allison said shit.
Mm-hmm. All right, so you watch that. I'm going to get into this. So one of the guns that they have here is a Springfield XDS Mod 2. That's what my 45 is, but they also make it in a 9. A smaller 45. If you're new, I would stay with a 45, 380, or even a 38 revolver.
Concealed.
All right, so this is a full-size Glock. This is the Glock 17 Gen 5, one of their newer models. Like I said, big hand. This is a big gun. This I wouldn't recommend this for carry, but this is my daughter, my 22-year-old daughter's gun. I'm not a fan of Glock. That's my personal opinion. Scott, I don't know what you went with the job. I was a Smith and Wesson guy. My partner's gun fell apart in a stairwell in the projects. Every piece of that Glock fell apart, and I watched every round go down about 5 flights of stairs. I'm not a Glock guy.
They fixed all that.
They can keep fixing
Sig
it.
used to do it too.
That's why I only bought the Sig now.
No, but Sig used to do the same thing.
Listen, we were offered the Smith, the Glock, and the Sig.
What'd you take?
Smith.
I would have taken the Smith too. My first carry gun was a Sig 380, and it had a laser on it. I didn't like the laser.
What is
He's
this?
racist against Glocks. Just saying.
You did not just use that word. You see my Sig? What is this here?
That's a Kel Tec.
Kel Tec's another good gun.
That's my little cheap throwaway in case I have to use a gun.
Don't be saying that.
Serious?
No.
We're gonna make that a short. That's gonna be a blooper.
Is that registered in your name?
No, no joking with that. Oh my God.
I'm sorry, I was only kidding.
You know, like Ed said in the video, who's gonna be knocking on my door with these comments? Oh, make the coffee now.
ATF.
That's why I didn't want to do this at my house.
Don't make me get up and go in there.
No, that Kel Tec is
This is yours. I don't know anything about that.
it's a PF9, and it's a really nice gun. I
The
have
camera can't see through your screen.
oh
Yeah,
sorry.
hold it up.
I have I put a trigger in it, flat trigger, and factory it comes with a plastic slide rail, and I put a stainless steel one in.
Okay, that was
Put the trigger down to about this is down to about 3.5, 4 pounds, and it's a fantastic gun. It's single stack. It only holds 7, 8, one to the chamber. Dead accurate. It's very light, even with ammo in it. And of course, the PF9s they don't make anymore. They came out with another model. I think it's a PF11, I believe. And Kel Tec makes a great gun. Kel Tec and Sky are basically their own little mini competitors because they build the same kind of stuff. But Kel Tec builds a lot of tactical rifles. So that's another thing that they do. But yeah, they're great. Either one's a great firearm, both internal strikers and light and easy to shoot and dead accurate right out of the box. And good warranties.
Scott, I was the first class in '93 with the 9s.
Okay,
That's-
Alex's best cheap gun brand. No, there's some other ones out there. You know, one of them is called High Point.
No.
No, I'm not saying buy one. I'm saying
She's asking the best cheap gun.
No, I
one.
get that. but
No, don't even bring up High
Why
Point is an expensive hammer.
No,
You know how many High Points I've taken off the street?
you can use it as a brick.
You pistol whip somebody with it.
Is that blooper number 2, Lexi?
I like my Bersa.
Bersa is a good gun. Do you remember what you paid for it?
I think I paid like $350 if that.
Okay.
So I went on Gunbroker and bought mine.
Yeah, listen, Gunbroker is good. You create an account. I have one. I've bought guns off of them. Small, compact, Allison. No experience. I mean, no experience, even the experience. The Bersa is a great gun for the price.
And it's
This-
pretty.
And it comes in different colors. The Sky
Don't buy
comes,
pink though.
the Sky comes in different colors. You can actually get teal. You can get tan. This is OD green. You can get black. You can get pink. SCCY or Sky is a very good gun. Very accurate. It's lightweight. Let me just bring up a big point. So you can go to a gun store, pick up and hold 20 different guns. You need to remember, I don't have my where's my magazine? All right. Once you put bullets in your magazine, the gun becomes a lot heavier. You need to take that into account. Allison, I would go to a gun store. If you got a gun store with a range, that's the best option. Pick up a few different guns, 3 or 4 different guns, put them in your hand, point them in a safe direction, not at the store clerk. I love those videos.
Those are funny.
See how that gun fits in your hand, where your finger lines up with the trigger. That's very important because in the other video, remember I said too much, you're gonna pull your gun. See what gun fits your hand. And then if it has a range, see if you can shoot those guns in their range. Take 2 guns into the range and see which one is more comfortable.
Yes.
Which one you shoot more accurate. And that's the gun I would purchase. I mean,
Yeah, no, I agree with you. The reason I brought up the high point was because that's like
Yeah.
the lowest possible gun
It
you
is,
get, and
yeah.
it weighs
Yeah.
a ton. So it's not even a good carry. But Taurus, I know you don't like Taurus. I know, don't even read me the riot. But Taurus makes one carry gun that I really, really like is the PT-709. My dad carries it. He's 87 years old. It's a single stack like the Kel Tec. It's a straight shooter. It's got
Thank you,
safety in the
Princess.
trigger, and it's really lightweight, inexpensive. You can pick it up for, I believe, under $250. Taurus has an amazing warranty. They're made in the United States, and it's a really, really good gun, honestly. So that's another option, you know. But if I had to bet my money on it, I mean, Sky would be the way to go in my mind.
Yeah, the prices of guns have gone through the roof.
They have.
Sky, like I said, they have, oh, was it 160?
Yeah,
100,
something like that.
160, but that's 10
10
years ago. And if you go on Gun Broker, you can find them in an auction. But the problem with that is you don't know what you're getting if it's not a new sealed in the box gun.
Which mine was. It was brand new.
Actually, I think one of the guns I bought was actually from Pennsylvania. You know, and the guns that my sister sent transferring to me are coming from northern Pennsylvania. I mean, yet the other option is a revolver. Excuse me. I used to own a Ruger, which was NYPD model Ruger. Love that gun. I don't know why I got rid of it. The Smith&Wesson 38. You know, this is a 357, isn't it?
Well, this is a 357-38. This particular model right here is a European Arms 357 Magnum. It also shoots 38s, obviously. But the only downside to this one, it's very heavy. I mean, you could conceal carry this, but it wouldn't be my first choice.
Me too, Scott. I miss my Ruger. I got to buy another one. Actually, this is kind of what the Ruger looked like. Almost identical to this.
I want this one.
This,
Yeah, this one here,
That's a
this one
Smith.
here, again, he doesn't like Taurus.
oh, that's a Taurus?
Yes. Did it burn your skin? So anyways, this is a Model Ultra. This is it's lightweight. It's a 5-shot.
Yeah.
Right? Hammerless.
Oh, nice.
And it's got nice tack grips. It's got a decent trigger pull.
Let me see.
And I'll tell you, it's a great gun.
Scott knows because
Oh,
before
you had experience with it, haven't you, Scott?
See, that's too
Taurus
big
was
for
one of
my
the top
hand.
5 guns that we
I'd have to turn
took
my
off
hand.
the street in the 90s. I mean, like High Point was probably
No, I understand.
High Point, Jennings, Taurus.
Jennings.
It was High Point, Jennings, Taurus, a few Smith&Wessons, but those were like, they were just the guns of the time that were so
Yeah,
cheap.
like the high points, they're still the same, man. They're bricks and they're for people that really,
They're a hammer.
some people can't afford some of these firearms and those are inexpensive. You could pick up one of those for $130.
He said, wash your hands quick.
Yeah, he knows. Scott's retired from the job too. He knows.
I'll guarantee you when you shoot a high point, there's no recoil at all, and then it breaks every 5 seconds. But anyway.
Yeah, it's the size of the Glock and weighs 30 pounds.
Exactly. But the revolver revolvers are a good way to go. 38s, they're
Yeah.
nice. They're small. A lot of women choose them, so they're, you don't have to rack the slide or just point and shoot. That's an option.
You got your Derringer over
And then
there.
of course, one of the ones that,
So heavy. For a
Yeah,
little
one of the
gun, it's
ones
so
that-
heavy.
like, if I'm going to run out to the store, I'll carry it. I have this in a 45, but this is a nice one. This is made by Bond Arms. This is in a 9mm. And
Two shot though.
the nice thing about Bond is you could change the upper with any caliber you want with one lower receiver. So you could buy these in any length you want. I like it because, if I'm going to run to the store real quick, I don't want to throw on a holster or anything. I just grab that, throw it in my pocket, run out to the store. It's just a nice alternate.
It's a good pocket gun.
Good pocket gun.
I mean, Scott said it. With revolvers, they won't jam. That's the benefit of a revolver. Revolvers, you can get some that are really lightweight and very slim, but versus a semi-automatic, you got a magazine. Are those are single stacks? What are those?
Yeah, those are
7 or 10s?
Yeah.
What?
Those
I
are
think
probably
that one's mine. So it's
7 or 8s, 9s. I don't know. What does it say?
Can't 8. So most revolvers are 6. Some of the new ones that actually
Well, they're
push,
all 5s now.
they're all 5s.
They're all 5s now.
So how much I know.
Yep.
So you got a 5-shot revolver versus this is a single stack 8-round magazine.
Unless you get the Taurus 357 Magnum, it's a 7-shot.
And this is a 17-shot plus one in the chamber, the Sig Sauer.
If you need 17 shots to take down the bird, dude, mean you got to go to the range.
Oh, you didn't put the video up yet.
What if there's multiple perks?
It's the zombie apocalypse.
I pull out my other gun.
You're gonna double shoot with 2 hands?
Damn straight. Can't work, David.
You're not John Wick, Dad. I'm sorry.
The Ruger 38 Special, that's the gun I'm upset that I got rid of.
Oh, yeah.
I love that gun.
I have to say it. I was at the range not that long ago, and there was somebody new that was firing. They just got a gun and they were firing it and it jammed, and they looked down the barrel of the gun. They looked down the barrel of the gun because their gun jammed.
There's an idiot on YouTube. All he does is shorts. And that's all he does. He goes, guys, I don't know why you tell me to look. I'm like, I don't care if it's a joke. You're trying. I mean, come on.
I was
sense.
like, if you want to be stupid, go ahead. But like, there are other people in the range.
I'm not a Glock fan, Scott.
Yeah, don't look down the barrel.
It all goes back to safety first. I mean, remember,
Absolutely.
you're going to point it down range. You're going to point it down straight, up straight, never at anyone. That's
Absolutely.
the important thing. And I guarantee you, if somebody does it to me on range, they're getting it.
Oh, I did say something to him.
You didn't block that
I
comment.
called him an idiot.
Huh? What comment?
Oh, no.
No, I didn't block nothing.
Oh, I tried it, Brittany, as a mod, but I can't find your name no matter what I do. All right.
Well, let's quickly talk about, did you talk about your next hunt already?
No,
Okay, so let's talk about your next hunt because Jen's going to be going hunting soon.
Right, and that's what, for female women and kids? Or is it just
women's and kids?
Okay.
Yeah. So there's a group in Gainesville, Micanopy area, Alachua County, called Gator Gobblers that does women and kids hunts. And it's one of the only ones that I found in our state so far. And so they have 2 hunts coming up. They have one in November and one at the beginning of December. And so I applied for both hunts. We'll see if I get picked. I don't know. But I'm excited to get back out and get myself another deer.
Awesome.
Well, I think you were telling us it's a lottery.
It's a lottery, yeah.
Okay.
And so they prioritize the children. So there's more kids than there are women. I think they pick like 7 women for each hunt.
Okay.
For the deer hunt. Now they do a turkey hunt every year also, and it's all women. And so everybody goes out with a guide, which is really nice, especially when you're just learning how to hunt. You're not trying to go out there and figure it out yourself. You got an experienced hunter with you.
Most turkey hunts, even up north, they go out with a guy to take you out.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because turkey hunting, you basically remember camel burlap. that comes in handy with turkey hunting because their eyes are just so keen.
Oh
The
man, yeah.
tiniest movement. So like
Yep.
if you get a bird coming in, that's why he's telling you to get the shotgun up.
Yep.
I like with me, my back, I gotta like really lean and I gotta get my body where I can get my knee up and the rest of the shotgun.
Yep.
Yeah,
I messed up. So my first year turkey hunting, I didn't get anything. I didn't even see a turkey. And Osceola turkeys, which are what we have here,
they're one of the hardest.
if they could smell, we would never be able to shoot them. Never. And so this last hunt in March, well, I fell asleep. And it was 4 o'clock in the morning and I was very
You
tired.
gotta learn to take cat naps hunting.
I did, but my guide videoed me sleeping. Anyway, so I still was practicing
We'll have
gun
to post that
safety.
picture so you can see it.
I was still practicing gun safety in my sleep though. So we had two jakes that came up, and the turkeys are so freaking smart. Like there'll always be one watching while the other one is eating, and then they swap.
Yep.
And the time to get completely in position is when they're both down right before they transition. And so I was moving super slow, like a snail at first. And then when both heads went down, I tried to quickly swing my shotgun over. And as soon as I got here, the head popped up and they were gone. I was like, son of a bitch.
Yeah, there you are. They're probably one of the
Brittany
toughest
said
animals.
turkeys are easy to hunt in public.
I know, but there's something about like hunting
Oh man.
and harvesting the meat yourself and then cooking it for your family. I mean,
But it's wild turkey's so different because
it's gamier.
it's not that it's gamier. It's not white meat. It's all brown
Yeah.
because your farm raised turkeys, they're fed this. It's like the same thing with boar.
Right.
It's just a completely different taste. But it's
Yes, they do watch their six without a doubt.
yeah.
Yeah. Slightest movement. And then the colors, like you have to be so careful when you're hunting on what colors you're wearing. Like I have red in my hair, so when I'm deer hunting, I have to put it in a cap.
Most of the deer I've killed, deer are funny because if hunting the Adirondacks, which is like God's country, there's nothing except for like Canada.
Mhm.
You got to be very careful. But like when I hunted back upstate New York, most of the deer I killed when I was, smoking cigarettes, I had a cigarette dangling out of my mouth because
I'll be honest with you, when I was in the blind, I literally was smoking a cigarette while I took the shot.
yeah. But here's the thing: this is what people get so crazy about. Those animals, most of the time, are used to human scent.
Yes.
They're used to the gas smell and everything else around them.
You just don't want the perfumes and like the laundry detergent scents that are strong.
Eh.
I have a scent lock bag. And so it's like, I don't know, about this big. And whatever I put in it, I just zip it for 24 hours and it takes all the scent away from
All
it.
you gotta do is stick it out in your yard on a clothesline for a couple of days. That's what I
I
do.
know, but I just leave my hunting gear in
But you
there.
bought something that you put it in and it takes the scent.
My scent lock bag.
Scent lock bag.
Yeah.
Scent lock is like the biggest thing, and they got all this crazy stuff. And you can spend
Well,
thousands.
yeah, I have their laundry detergent and dryer sheets too. I mean, I had just started hunting. I'd never hunted a deer before. So I followed what I read online to the T, so like the red in my hair, I made sure to tie my hair up so that it wasn't visible and all of that stuff. I went crazy with my hunting gear. I bought all matching hunting gear. It was crazy. I spent way too much money.
Brittany's on fire today.
Your pea cologne.
We were talking about that earlier.
That'd be a hot seller, huh?
I mean, for the hunters, it would be.
Dough and heat cologne.
Yeah, that's all you got. You got a bunch of hunters out there with all the bucks following them around.
I used to do all that stuff. I
Oh,
used to
man.
spray stuff on the bottom of my boots, everything. But it's. I know we're talking about guns and everything, but like hunting is a big part because all right, so you're not dealing with a handgun, but you're dealing with rifles, and it's still the same concept of safety, practicing shooting, zeroing your scope. We have another video we're in the process of editing from 2 days ago. We went to the range and did range day. You seen the bloopers of Mr. I got a blooper in there too.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he
All right.
does.
So before you see the video, I'm good. I got beat up a little bit. You'll see what
The hell
happened in the
did you
video.
do?
Coming out.
I don't want to say that I got shot, but
You got shot.
I got shot.
What the?
I shot myself.
Are you fucking kidding
Keep
me?
in mind, I've been shooting since the age of 15 and really training since 1993.
It was a little piece of brass. It blew up in the air and cut in the middle. What the hell? are you
All
doing?
the times I've shot, I've never
So
ever had an
now we have
incident.
to go out. We have to buy him arm guards so he doesn't do it again.
But I want to show it because it doesn't matter how careful you are.
There's an accident. I mean,
But I
accidents
must have hit
happen
a nail
in
in
a
a wooden
ricochet.
frame because when we got done shooting, went back up top, and I'm like, oh, piece of wood. It was a fragment of bullet. So I mean, I was bleeding like a pig, and I'm like,
Which is a good point. You know, which is a good point.
yeah,
When you're putting the ammo into your mag,
thank you, Beamer.
inspect the ammo for cracks. Because you know, not too long ago, we had a 22 mag. Remember? Oh no, it was the 17 HMR. Remember?
Yeah,
We took them fresh out of the box. They were cracked.
I'll have to do a LOD form. Scott, some left rack is our medical center.
Oh,
I'll have to go line of duty.
so one more thing here for me. Jennifer and I are flying out to Seattle
In 3 weeks.
in 3 weeks to visit my son, her brother, and my grandson, her nephew,
Hmm.
and we're gonna try a hunt up there for a day. So
Some elk, bear.
hopefully we'll see what we can do.
I want to shoot a bear.
Well, yeah.
It's season right now in Seattle. I want to shoot a bear. And then I want to take it and get it stuffed and I want to put it by my front door so everybody who walks in gets scared to shit.
You know how much a life-size taxidermy on a black bear
I don't care.
is about $7,800.
Jesus, I'm a proud dad. I've never had a daughter that loved to hunt and shoot guns
Listen, I mean,
and kill bear.
I want to kill a bear.
Probably wants to do it with her bare hands.
oh, it's like Skylar. I mean,
I mean, I would if I could.
Skylar's coming down in
Yeah,
November and
yeah.
already booking to go hunting.
She just
And
had a baby and she wants to go hunting already.
That would be me. Yep.
yeah, it's great. I don't care, male, female. You know, get out, protect yourself. Don't be a victim. Prepare yourself. Take the training.
Roger that, Scott.
If you know you're in a constitutional state or open carry state, it doesn't matter. Get the training. Most of the training's like $75. It used
Oh,
to
I'm
be
gonna
down
get one.
here.
Sorry.
No, you're good. You know, if it's a 2-day training class, it costs you $75 and you're getting taught gun safety, how to handle a firearm, how to shoot. It's worth it. Not only your life, your family's life, somebody else's life. You know, someone's going to threaten your life. Oh, well, so be it. You know,
Yeah.
I don't have pity for perps. You're going to commit, you're going to commit the crime and hurt somebody.
You got to pay the.
That'll
Pay the piper. I
we'll
mean,
definitely have a discussion on that down the road, how we feel, because you know, it seems to me these days that
yeah.
law enforcement obviously aren't getting the support they need when they're doing their job, getting these guys and people that are doing these bad things. And we definitely have to get our hands wrapped around, because you know they're only going to do one thing, they're going to leave it up to us.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Brittany at Gmail. I think it should have been linked at the bottom, but
Yeah, got some Freedom Outdoors.
not professional at this yet.
I don't think we'll ever be professional.
I'm still a rookie when it comes to this streaming stuff. I'm learning.
You're doing good.
Trying.
I guess we better wrap it up.
All right, so if you think of a question or have an idea or a thought, leave a comment. We'll get back to you. If it's something that we can do a full live on, we'll do it. Or you can shoot us an email. We'll definitely respond and get you any information you need. If you want information on any of these firearms, any other firearms, or anything in general, get in touch with us.
Yeah, please, because I mean, even though I don't have a gun shop any longer, I have all the contacts. I've got lots of resources. Dennis has lots of resources, and we can help you, you know, point you in the right direction of any accessory or gun that you need or looking to buy. We can offer our opinions. We can do some research on it for you. However we can help, we're always here for you.
Thank you, Rob. Appreciate that. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to us.
Thank you, Rob.
You know, we're going to be doing a lot more. We have range videos coming up, and everybody else, thank you for being here. Appreciate all of yous.
Yes, thank you so much. Appreciate you.
Stay safe, Scott.
Thank you very much for watching the channel, subscribing, liking it, and supporting us. We really appreciate it. I'd like to thank Jennifer for coming today and
Thank you.
sharing her experience with us. I hope you all enjoyed it. And we're going to tag Dennis's daughter next, and we'll do a few more of these.
Well, I want to do your boys.
Yeah.
When my daughter comes
We'll do
down,
the grandsons, and we'll do.
We'll get- you know, Kyle and Skylar, and we'll interview them on guns and everything. Maybe we'll take them out to the range and do a whole gun safety and shooting thing with kids, not teenagers and young adults. We'll break it down. We just want to do a lot more outdoor range stuff. You know, we got the we all know the true crime family, you know, kind of the dark side. You know, we're trying to bring a brighter side, informative. You know, with Joey, with all his beautiful live videos he does. You know, we're trying to bring you guys the better side. You know, smile, informative.
Yeah, we want to also touch youth. You know, we want.
Thank you, Cheryl,
We
Lexi.
want to get into, you know, hopefully drawing some young people in to be interested in shooting, hunting, and keeping this sport alive. So we thank every
Absolutely.
one of you. Please share this with people. Tell everybody you can, and whatever topics you want to. So just saying.
The Joey Brookins becoming a blowfish king. Got to get rid of those blowfish. Oh, he's getting destroyed every time he drops a crab trap. He pulls up like 10 blowfish, and they're stealing his chicken legs. That's horrendous.
I didn't know fish like chicken wings.
He'll pull up the cage, and there's like no chicken, but there's blowfish, and it's like inhaling it.
Maybe they want to see the sunset. I don't know.
They lie in wait for him.
Thank you, Lexi. Appreciate that. I mean, I see Streamlabs is working, but all it's saying is thank you. I'm gonna have to call Ron and figure this out, or Joey. All right, guys.
Thank you.
Please hit the like button. Please subscribe
Appreciate
to the
you.
channel. Turn your bell on so you get notified when we go live and upload more videos for you. Thank you, everybody, for being here. We appreciate each and every one of you. Please be safe. I'm going to say it. Watch your six. Be prepared. Don't be a victim.
Stand your ground and have a great weekend.
Thank you, Jennifer, for being here.
Of
Why'd you
course.
shake my hand for?
Because you put it on my face. I thought you
I was like saying thank you to Jennifer.
Thanks. I appreciate
I don't
it.
want to see you. We brought your daughter here as a special guest.
Very nice. I wanted to shake his hand.
I'm the better part.
That's true.
That was funny.
You know how to turn it on?
I got Pete. Oh, wait. Here's this.